for me as a doctor, I think of myself as a teacher and educator. The most important thing for me, and a lot of you know about my mom's story, I don't want to need to share that, but I feel like doctors should be the one who bridges the gap between science and people. Okay, that's where I come in, is to bridge, to help everyone bridge that gap. Because if you go online, even if you read on PubMed studies, NCHI, you're going to end up like this. There's thousands of studies every day being written about everything, you know? Now, I'm not saying I know everything, but I know what I know, you see? So who's ever asked me questions on something that maybe I didn't know and maybe I did some research for you? Right, I'll do that, because the more you ask, the more I learned as well. And I'm really excited when I explain to you, oh, I learned something brand new, okay? So I'm gonna run through some of the things that we have, and Raffle, and those of you who want to leave and we're good, just make sure you give Helen a hug on the way out and thank her for the food, all right? Okay, so first, what's the first thing? It's kind of like all random orders, okay? So the first thing that we have on the shelves here is an aloe vera gel, okay? What is aloe vera? Aloe vera comes from a plant. The reason why I use Forever Living is because it's 99.7% pure inner aloe vera leaf, okay? It's healthy, it supports the gut. So those of you who have leaky gut, who is it for? Leaky gut, Crohn's disease, bowel problems, constipation. I don't want to talk about constipation, but I gotta say it, okay? Yeah, we're eating here. But it helps with that, and it helps line the gut and starts healing that leaky gut problem, all right? So those of you who have gut problems, this is something to really look into on top of the probiotics that I'll talk about later, all right? How do you take this? 8 ounces, okay? You can mix it with water, or you do it straight, okay? 1 to 2 times a day, all right? Next, we have Arthroben. For a lot of you who have patients here are very familiar with this product, because this is one of the very few supplements that is considered a medical food. See, the FDA usually does not regulate supplements. FDA is not regulated. You'd have no idea who to believe, where the source is coming from. And for me, is I try to do the research for you, you see. So this is a medical food for specifically arthritis, joint and bone health, and collagen production. Who can use more of that? Okay, we can all use more of that, and that's why I choose this, all right? And it's just 1 scoop a day, okay? Yes, it helps with the joints and everything. Ladies have told me, oh, their hair's gotten nicer, skin's gotten nicer, nails gotten nicer. Now, that's not the reason why, but when you have type 1 collagen building up in your body, that's one of the side effects, and it's a great side effect, okay? Next one is the ointment-based CBD Clinic Level 5, all right? This is one of the ones, okay, where it's the highest concentration in the active ingredients, okay, which is the hemp oil, but it also has menthol and camphor to lower the inflammation. This is not even something that you can purchase online or just randomly. They have to be purchased through a healthcare practitioner, okay? Athletes were like the first ones. If you look on their website, you'll see hockey players, football players were the first ones to start talking about it and using it, okay? And the company do not want people to abuse it because it's so strong. So only healthcare practitioners use it. And how do you use it? Dime size, rub it on the area, wherever it hurts, use it there. It helps with the healing, decreases inflammation, okay? So if you have, and this is for, who is this for? Mainly if you have an acute problem, right? Say you just sprained the ankle, you broke something, tore something. This is when you want to use this, okay? So next is CBD per ml, okay? This is the maximum concentration. I believe and trust in Charlotte's Web, number one, because it is a USA product, all right? And number two is because the way they actually process the CBD is unlike anyone else, okay? On top of that, I really believe their story. Their story is based on a child, okay, named Charlotte, all right, who had terrible seizures and was very, very sick, okay? And when the doctors told her nothing else can help with the parents, they used CBD, and it worked, okay? And just so you know, the level 5 CBD cream uses the hemp from Charlotte's Web. That's another reason why I choose them. If you were to look on like mommy sites that talks about seizures and kids and autism, this is like the #1 brand they recommend, all right? And this is the highest concentration because it has the most, it gives you the most bang for your buck, right? There's concentrations out there that are lower in concentration and you have to keep doing a lot of drops, right? With this one, you only do 1 dropper or half a dropper full, and then you start titrating up like once a week. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, Dr. Sam, how do I know if it's the right for me, right? Right now, CBD, there's not actually a right way to do it. What you need to know is you do, say if it's doing for inflammation or pain, you start with just half a dropper full, right? Do that for a week, and if it feels good, perfect. If you say, well, it hasn't really kicked in yet, do like another half. So you kind of have to titrate it yourself. We work with a specialist, okay, where when you purchase it from us, you can actually get a link and you can schedule an appointment with the doctor so you can call them, okay, and ask them, hey, I'm taking these medications, does it work with this? And they are the specialists. I mean, Charlotte's Web stand behind their product, so they put a specialist on staff that you can schedule. Usually you have to schedule out like a week or so out, you know, so then they will be able to kind of walk you through it, all right? Oh, on top of that, the brain study. Last year, I went to a holistic, seminar, okay, where there's a lot of functional medicine doctors, and right now, to prevent brain inflammation, plaque buildup, okay, the latest science to prevent like Alzheimer's, dementia, and prevent inflammation of the brain is CBD. Right now, they're seeing, the effects of it, it's been amazing, okay? So now, here's the thing. Products change all the time. Now, I was gonna mention this earlier. As we evolve and science evolve and nutrition evolve, that I trust that I will evolve with it. Here's what that means. If I find something better, that's what I'm putting on there, okay? So you might see sometimes, nutrition changes a little bit, right? A newer product might come out. Like right now, the hottest thing right now in science is one of the liposomal. Who's ever heard of liposomal? All right, a couple people, yeah. Liposomal, we'll talk about that, okay? That's another way, it's like latest technology right now, all right? So, fish oil, who takes fish oil? Okay, all right. I urge you to go home. There's a couple brands. I love Designs for Health. I like Nordic Naturals. Because most of the ones that people take outside, you have to look at how much EPA and DHA you're getting. Because most of the ones like from Costco, Target and different places, they will say 2,000 milligrams of fish oil, right? But I did an analysis for one of our patients. It was 2,400 milligrams of fish oil. I look into the back. Combined EPA and DHA, 700. So 700 is only the useful stuff, right? Out of 24? What's the other 1,700? What kind of oil is that? It's pretty much junk oil, okay? I don't know what they're putting there, right? All the crap that you don't need. Now, here's why to take fish oil. If you are eating a very standard American diet, you know what the rest of the world calls it? They call it the SAD diet. Okay? Yeah, right? Okay? Standard American diet, usually you have a omega-3 to omega-6. Normally, this is how bad it is. You guys ever heard of the Mediterranean diet? Right? Healthy fats and everything. Usually in the Mediterranean diet, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, omega-6 to omega-3. You know what the standard American diet is? 1 to 25. That's how bad we are, okay? We're eating 25 times more omega-6, the not so good fat. They're both okay, but when you have one too many than the other, it's not good. Omega-6 is one of the biggest contributors of inflammation. All right? So that's why, okay, and this helps also protect the brain as well. Fish oil is something to take on a regular basis. All right? Then there's a few products from West Coast that I really, really like. Number one is Thermal Seed. Thermal Seed is the best way you can get natural iodine. All right? Iodine is used, you guys ever heard of the radiation from like Japan where they have the nuclear power plants were leaking, right? A lot of people, to make sure that you're not getting the radiation. Who knows that every time you fly, you get radiated? Yeah, every time you fly, okay, you get a massive dose of radiation. That sun ray, it beams, even though you're not getting it through the plane, but just being inside the plane itself, you're getting radiation, all right? Iodine is the number one thing, okay, that decreases and cleans out the body's radial toxins in you. And why do I choose West Coast? It's very scientific behind it. Where they get, you got to look at the source. Where do they actually get all the deep sea vegetables, okay? They get it from around Greenland and Iceland. Do you guys know why? Greenland and Iceland has some of the cleanest waters in the world. Cold. Clean. How do they know it's also cold, besides the cold and clean, and not very many people live there? They look at the science behind the high and low tide difference. Because during the low tide and the high tide, when you have a big difference, that means things are being flushed in and flushed out. And near Greenland, it has some of the highest and biggest difference between high and low tides. That's how you also know the water is being cleansed the whole time, and that's where they harvest it, okay? So then there is the Ultra Cleanse. Ultra Cleanse is mainly for detoxing. If you have candida, right? We have a candida protocol, if you guys like to learn more about it. Liver detox protocol with Ultra Cleanse. Ultra Cleanse is one of the best detoxing factors. There's other ones, but Ultra Cleanse is one of the best ones because they use, who's ever heard of the Brazilian tree bark, pau de arca? Oh, no hands. One. Woo! Okay. Okay. But pau de arca is a Brazilian tree bark that is great if you have like a fever, bacteria infection, or viral infection, okay? Pau de arca, which is very strong in the Ultra Cleanse. Most people who make pau de arca concentrates will only do about 2 gallons per concentrate. They do 8. 4 times the general value, okay, and the amount. So it's very, very potent, very, very strong. When you first take it, you got to make sure that, well, because your body's cleansing, right, you don't do too much, okay, 1 to 2 ml, maybe 2 to 3 at most, and see how your body is flushing out all the toxins. We had a patient that was on this in the first 3 weeks, okay, she was going to the bathroom so consistent, right? I mean, it's consistency is the key thing, okay? Then there's fusion minerals. Fusion minerals, and these, everything from West Coast and just about everything out there is all natural, okay? This is all made with whole foods. This has all the macro and micronutrients that your body needs. So if you're lacking minerals, this is one of the best ones, okay? And it's all made from plants, increases metabolism, helps with weight loss and different things, you see. Then there's the Paleo Greens, all right? This is over 90% organic. Who in here eats 7 to 10 cups of vegetables every day? Oh my gosh. 1! We have, wow, 1! Yeah, okay? I've been talking a lot about that. You have to make sure you eat enough vegetables. Your brain needs it, your bone needs it. Who thinks that, okay, I'm not gonna ask who it is, but did you know milk is one of the worst ways you can get calcium? Uh-huh. One of the worst. It will actually cause some osteoporosis. North America and Northern Europeans have the highest consumption of milk, yet we have the rates of the highest osteoporosis. Milk, okay, when they put it for humans, they never looked at, you guys ever looked at how many mammals actually drink milk beyond the infancy? None. Just us, right? And not only do we drink milk past infancy, we're going to drink another animal's milk. Milk, when you look at why people have milk, it's only to fatten things up. It fattens babies up. Okay, to prevent them, nature does that to prevent them being attacked by other animals. Okay, it's not for strong muscles, it's not for strong bones, it's at weight. That's what milk is for. And with a lot of milk production nowadays, with all the antibiotics, the steroids, the chemicals that they pump in there, okay, 70% of you, minimally, is lactose intolerant to some degree. 70%, no lie, all right? But vegetables is the one way that your body will absorb calcium, okay? So if you're not eating 7 to 10 cups of vegetables a day, get a scoop of this, all right? Get your fiber in, get all the nutrients that you need, the greens, all right? It's gonna help the liver. The liver, how important is the liver? It's pretty important. You don't have a liver, you don't have a life. I mean, it's over, right? You know, at least if the kidneys don't work, you can go kidney dialysis nowadays, but no one wants that. But once your liver is gone, I mean, no, it don't come back, you see. So, Veg Cleanse Plus. For those of you who are looking for like a protein supplement, a shake and whatnot, right? This is by far one of the best ones out there. It has 18 grams of protein. It's from pea protein. And why do you want pea protein? There's only 2 types of proteins that you ever want in a shake. Either pea protein or hydro beef. Okay? Only 2. Now, why is it that's only 2? Because these are the only proteins that won't cause irritation and a problem with your gut. All right? And the reason why we carry Veg Cleanse Plus, it has a lot of also different supplements and minerals and whole foods in there packed with pea protein. Those of you who have a thyroid problem, all right, who's ever been told, oh, you have low thyroid, don't go anywhere else besides hydro beef and pea protein. You will kill the thyroid. Okay, you got to stay away from milk too. I mean, you're going to eat up the thyroid if you drink milk. Okay, so these are all, everything I'm sharing with you, peer-reviewed studies. Okay, now next, this is the liposomal products that I was telling you guys about. Liposomal bypasses the gut lining, okay, and gets absorbed directly into your system. But it costs more to produce because they have to use a special technology to knock these molecules down to a 30 to 100 nanometer so that your body can absorb it. So if there's supplements out there that have liposomal technology, I will study it, and if I believe it's great, it's going to replace what is on our shelves. Because we're talking about the bioavailability. When you take a supplement, right, what's the most important thing is you got to make sure that your body can absorb it, right? What's the point of taking a supplement that your body cannot absorb, right? Milk has calcium. Don't get me wrong. You just can't absorb it. And then it turns into inflammation, all right? Who takes calcium in here? I got to say something about that. Okay, for those of you who are taking calcium, you need to take D3 and K2 with it, okay? If you do not take D3 and K2 with it, that calcium will start lodging into your blood vessels and your muscles.
Is K2 a separate supplement?
Yes, yeah. Some of the supplements come in a K2 and D3. Does the liposomal D, do you guys know? Yeah?
All of our Ds have K in it.
Okay, perfect, yeah. So this liposomal D has the D and the K2. Okay, that's one thing that no one talks about, and doctors won't tell you. All right, oh yeah, take calcium. Not knowing that it's going to end up lodging in your blood vessels. Now you get what? Hardening of the heart arteries, atherosclerosis. Who wants more of that? Nobody. Okay, so you got to know these, right? So, but there's liposomal glutathione. Glutathione, I don't know who read my article last spring, is one of the best ones if you have allergies. The reason why we have allergies, I mean, that's like a whole separate class, right? One of the reasons why we have allergies is because our threshold for histamine is too high, right? If we're like high histamine, you could just, boom, a pollen blows on your eye and then you get all irritated, right? That's because your liver cannot detox the histamine fast enough. Glutathione helps your body detox, okay? And a lot of our patients who went on it told me that their allergies went down significantly. Okay, that and probiotics, which I'll talk about next. Ultravitamin, this liposomal one, this right now is the best one shot multivitamin, okay? As of 5 years ago, we no longer in the US have enough supplements and nutrients in our soil. I don't care if you eat the most best organic products, okay? Our top soil in our organic farms are about 6 inches. That's all the plants are pulling nutrients from. Do you guys know what they're dealing with in Switzerland? What the top soil is? 4 feet. We got 6 inches. They have 4 feet. Okay? That's why those of you who's ever been to Europe, you know you could eat things over there and like, dang, those people do not get fat. I don't know what it is. They can eat this and eat that. Their nutrients are different. See, our body is not calorie deficient. We're nutrient deficient. So by eating too much calories that doesn't have nutrients, we end up gaining weight. You see? If you have more nutritious foods, you actually don't have to eat very much because your brain will tell you, oh, I'm full. It's nutrient full, nutrient filled. Liposomal C, D, and B. I don't have to tell you this, that right now we're dealing with that coronavirus, okay? Coronavirus is not a new thing. It's been here before. It's in the history. It's been here before, okay? Another type of flu, sickness, all right? It's been here. You look it up. The history of corona is not new. Some people post a meme where people are holding an actual corona, right? They call it coronavirus. But it affects the people. People are dying right now in China because it affects and kills the sickest people with the lowest immune system. How do you boost immune system? Supplements, okay? The best way to beat people, who's ever really noticed, like, Dr. Tam, you're really sick. Few of you have noticed that, like, what, this guy just keeps going, right? I consistently, okay? If you guys watch my Facebook Live, there was one of them, I took supplements. I was like, let me show you guys what I actually do. I laid it all out, and this is what I take. I'm like pumping in my mouth, right? And I practice what I preach. You guys know that, right? Yes. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you to do something I don't do, okay? But 3 things that you really need to really kick, flu, corona, it doesn't matter. You're going to need the ultravitamin, the C, and the D, okay? Maybe those of you who are lacking vitamin A could add an A in, but these 3, 1, 2, 3, you want to take that, all right, on a daily basis, okay? Especially during this season, all right? Now, the best way to do this, okay, if you're lacking right now, then you got to do it every day. But once you do it for, say, about 3 to 6 months, right, your body got a lot more nutrients, okay? Nicer hair, nicer nails, it shows up, all right? Okay, I'm not lying. After about 3 to 6 months, once you've taken it consistently, you want to go 5 days on, 2 days off. Okay? 5 days on, 2 days off. The reason you want to do that, I talked to a scientist. He says, you got to stress the body out once in a while to kind of bring it back down a little bit and then boost it back up again. Because if not, now you rely on it as much, right? But you got to get to that level first where you can have good supplements, and it takes a few months, right? It takes the liver some time to kind of give it a boost. Your brain, your thyroid, your stomach, everything, right? Okay? Then there is probiotics, all right? Okay, probiotics, there's in the digestive body in your health, there's a few things that we need, okay? There's 3 things that you consistently will hear, and they are confusing as heck, all right? And I'm going to break it down. Digestive enzymes, prebiotics, and probiotics, all right? Everyone's confused on what they are, all right? People know probiotics, but then you don't know what it is, all right? So I'll break it down. Digestive enzymes work more in the stomach, all right, and part of the small intestines to help you break down the foods, okay? It helps you break it down. Well, who needs digestive enzymes is if you feel like some bloating, like it just sits there, it doesn't get digested, right? Or there's a lot of belching involved, okay? Then you need to take digestive enzymes, help you digest food. Now, there's 2 probiotics there. But I want to talk about prebiotics. The difference between pre and probiotics is probiotics is the bacteria that you have in your gut, okay? Prebiotics is what feeds the probiotics. Now, if you just take probiotic and you don't have enough vegetables and everything and, to feed the probiotics, those probiotics will just die. All right? So you got to have enough greens, paleo greens, prebiotics to heal the gut as part of the regimen. Okay? How long do you have to do that for? Usually at least 3 to 6 months if you have gut issues like Crohn's, IBS, leaky gut, right? Leaky gut nowadays over time turns into something else called leaky brain. Okay? Yeah, it's real. I didn't just make it up. I just make that out. Then we have absolute L-arginine. This is one of the products that we have worked with others, okay, to make a complete L-arginine product. All right. So this is something that I've looked into, work with a company to kind of formulate this. Now, people who need to take this. Who's ever heard of nitric oxide? Nitric oxide. The discovery of nitric oxide won the Nobel Prize in 1998, okay? And it was for heart health, liver health overall. L-arginine in the body is a byproduct. It turns into nitric oxide. And it has been proven multiple times to relax the blood vessels. And initially, people with heart problems, liver problems started using it. And eventually, athletes, right? They want better blood flow. Start using it now, okay? So patients, if you have high blood pressure, get on this for about 3 months. Your blood pressure, you'll start seeing it go down. Now, the patients that need to take this usually also is our patients who have arthritis degeneration because it helps the blood flow go back in there. Our neuropathy patients, this is like the key thing in there. So it has so many health benefits. I can't even, describe, okay? So that's my talk today, all right? Who thought it was helpful? All right, is that okay? Right, we're gonna do a raffle. Now, the raffle tickets, who has the